Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going to create our data converter class. It's a helper class to convert our data to a byte buffer. So to do that, first let's create a type object which is an enum class called file metadata type. It will hold four objects: text, image, and metadata text and metadata image. So after that, let's create our data converter objects. So this class will have two functions. First one is convert to buffer, which will get a type of data file metadata type and a body of string, and it will return data channel buffer. And the next one will be convert to model. It also gets a buffer of type data channel dot buffer, and it will return a pair of string and type any. So up here, first we check when the type is to text. We simply want to create file data buffer, and it's going to be byte buffer.wrap text.name 2 bytes array, and we want to create a data channel dot buffer and pass the file data buffer, and as a binary we just pass false. And for the image, I'll get there in a second, but for the other two is going to be same, but the metadata is going to be their names. And for image, first we want to create an image file using body, and then simply get the data using image file read bytes. As you can see, you will get the byte array and then convert back to data channel buffer using same strategy. Byte buffer.wrap and give the file data and pass false as a binary. So this function is for converting the data to the data channel buffer. If it's metadata of text or an image, then we just get simply the string value of this and convert it to byte array. But if it's image, we create a file using file path of our storage and create a file, then read the bytes and convert it back to the data channel. But to convert it back to the model, first we have to check, is the incoming data is metadata or is the data itself. So first let's get the incoming data as a byte array buffer.data that's remaining, and then read the data. And after that we want to create a condition if we are waiting for data or it's actually a metadata. To do that, I'll create a variable private var is waiting for data, and initial value is going to be false. So we check is waiting for data is false. It means we are waiting for metadata. So we will write the metadata as string. So metadata string is going to be a string, pass the data and char sets UTF-8 as the encoder. Then check if metadata string is equal to metadata text, and if metadata string is equal to metadata image, to this. So in case of these two derived metadata types, we want to set the next incoming data type to be expected. How to convert the next data that is coming? I'll create a variable private var next input type not initially. So the next input type in this case is going to be text, and here the next one is going to be image. So right here we then mark the is waiting for the data to true. So the next incoming model is going to be converted to a text or an image. And since we do have to return something in case of metadata, we don't want anything, we just return null. So I'll return in these both scenarios In case of metadata, I'll return null. And in case of the data, I want to convert back the data that is getting from the buffer to text or image. We can also set here as next input type to null and lift it to when, and also inline this. Let's clear our code just a bit. And in case of it's not waiting for data, it means that we are having a data as this incoming or convert to model. So we will check when the next input type is text. We want to do this. If it's image, we want to do this, and else we just wanna return null. And in all case scenarios, we just wanna set the next input type to null, is waiting for data also to false. So let's go back to these situations. In case of text, we want to convert our data to text. So text data string is going to be string, pass the data and char sets to UTF-8. Then we want to pair text to text data string. And in this case, we want to create a bitmap using bitmap factory that decode to byte array, pass the data from offset 0 and data.size to it, and then simply return image paired to bitmap. And also I just do have to move it down here. It's not going to be reachable, so I'll just set them right here. As you can see, this function is going to return a pair of strings to any. So let's go one more time from top to bottom. As you can see, we do have two functions. We will get a type and decide what to do in each case, and a body, and we will return a data channel buffer. So we use the when statement to check the type, and simply we say that if it's a text, our data buffer is going to be just the value of this text. Oops, sorry, looks like I made a mistake here. It has to be the body. So we use this string to convert it to byte array, and then we will return a data channel buffer. And in case of converting an image, we simply create a file using the path of the file, and read the bytes and convert it to byte array, and create a data channel buffer using this byte array. And in case of metadata of text or image, we simply get the name of class entry, convert it to the byte array, and send it as a data channel buffer. And in case of converting to model, first we want to check if we are waiting for metadata using this variable, which is going to be false initially. So when we start to convert it to a model, it's going to be false. So first of all, we will get the metadata header, and we check if the metadata is equal to text or an image. Then we know what is going to be our next file or our next input. And after that, we will mark that, hey, we are no longer waiting for the header or metadata. So hey, we are waiting for the data right now, and on the next coming model, we are converting our model. We check if the next input type is equal to text. We will convert the data coming from the data channel to a string and pair them as an output result. And in case of an image, we simply convert the data to a bitmap and pair it as an image and send it back to whoever is using this one. That's it for this video. Till the next video, see you everyone.